Welcome to the J Money Lakers podcast, where we talk everything Lakers. Today we'll be talking about the Lakers' recent struggles and what needs to change for them to get back onto the win column. So let's take a look here at what they've been struggling on. So the Lakers have lost 6 out of their last 8 games I personally think it's because of the coach Darvin Ham. He puts the all defensive starting lineup out there with LeBron and AD, and it just doesn't work because they give up a ton of points in the first quarter, which they always have to climb up behind. They get down by too much, and then they have to climb up after the first quarter. Even in the fourth quarter, they start going down by a lot because he puts that same lineup in that's all defense and no offense. In my opinion, I think that Austin Reaves should be starting instead of Reddish because Reaves can actually score. At 28 minutes off the bench, he averages 15 points per game compared to Reddish, who averages, let's see here how much Reddish averages, who only averages 7 points per game, and he's a starter. He's supposed to be a shooter. But his three-point percentage, his three-point percentage is only 26% in the last 10 games. Like, I don't understand why he keeps starting him. Darvin Ham just thinks he's a good defender, but he already has Vanderbilt in there with Prince, LeBron, and AD. He really should use Reaves because Reaves is also just as good of a defender as Cam Reddish is, in my opinion. Now tonight, they face the Miami Heat, possibly without. It's already confirmed that they won't have Rui Hachimura, and also possibly without D'Angelo Russell, who is doubtful. But the good thing for the Lakers is that the Heat star Jimmy Butler is also out with a calf injury. So what I think that needs to change in tonight's game is that he needs to start Reaves because he has no choice at this point because there's no Cam Reddish. Or I'm sorry, there is Cam Reddish, but there's no Rui Hachimura or D'Angelo Russell. So in my opinion, he really should just start Austin Reaves instead of Reddish because every time Reaves comes into the game, they start going on a run. But then when Reddish is a starter, they go down by 10, 15 points to start the game, and then all of a sudden he calls a timeout and puts Reaves in, for example. And once Reaves comes in, he changes the whole game. He comes in, the ball's popping, he starts passing, he starts scoring. He also plays good defense, just like Reddish, like I said. And the other night, they gave up 42 points to the Pelicans in the first quarter. This is just to tell Darvin Ham something, that this is supposed to be a defensive lineup, but you're giving up 42 points in the first quarter. Like, something has to change because that just means you can't score, and you can't play defense with a defensive lineup. It just makes no sense to me why he's starting all these defenders that can't score, and they can't even stop the other team from scoring in the first quarter. I don't understand why Darvin Ham is doing that. For me, for the future, I think that the best closing lineup that I've seen is it's Austin Reaves with Prince, Rui, LeBron, and AD. Those 5 have been the best out of any lineup that he's put out there. And then he went away from that for some reason once D'Angelo got hurt. When D'Angelo didn't play in the last game, he went away from that. Also, well, it was because Rui got hurt, but even before that, he didn't put that lineup in there. Even before Rui got hurt, he never put that lineup in there. So, in my opinion, that's what needs to change in tonight's game, or else they're going to keep losing just like they are right. And keep giving up 40 points in the first quarter if he keeps using this starting lineup that he's been using. Like, LeBron cannot play point guard and play defense at the same time because he has to score, just like AD. AD has to score, but he also plays defense too. So I don't understand why he tries to put a defensive lineup in there to start when they're giving up 35, 40 points in the first quarter every night. And then LeBron's playing point guard, which LeBron is not good at point guard now. Back then, maybe 2020 when they won the championship, yes, fine. But now he's not good at point guard. He's getting older. That's why I think Reeves should be starting. And it really just doesn't make any sense to me. We can see here that in the last few games, let's see against New Orleans. Let's see here against New Orleans. You can see here, as I can see here against New Orleans, Austin Reeves, 36 minutes off the bench, 36 minutes off the bench, 20 points. He had 20 points compared to, let's see, okay, that's fine. Taurean Prince had 15 points, that's fine, but Jared Vanderbilt only 4 points in 21 minutes, 4 points. You can't have a starter that's under 10 points. You can't have two starters under 10 points. In this game, Cam Reddish didn't play, and also Rui got hurt 7 minutes into the game, so that doesn't matter. That you can't really say that, you know. So, but the other ones like Jared Vanderbilt, 4 points. You can't start somebody that's going to score four points in a game as a starter. Come on, man. Darvin Ham should look at this and be like, you got Cam Reddish, who's when healthy, he only scores like 4 or 6 points a game. And then you got Jared Vanderbilt, who also only scores 4 points in the starting lineup. So that's too much pressure on LeBron and AD in the starting lineup, in my opinion. You got to give them some help. And then you take a look at the game against. And then if you take a look at in the Minnesota game, Austin Reeves didn't do that well. He was only like 2 for 11 or something like that. Over here, if you take a look against Charlotte also. Over here, if you take a look against Charlotte, Reeves also, take a look against Charlotte, Reeves had 16 points in 24 minutes off the bench compared to Prince, who only had 3 points in 23 minutes. Like, that should say something. That should just tell you something already. It just makes no sense to me why. And also Vanderbilt, in 24 minutes, 7 points. Come on. You're starting Vanderbilt, he only starts Vanderbilt just for his defense, but he can't score at all. Like, at all. He cannot score. So, I don't understand. I think tonight's keys to the game will be, do not give up 35 to 40 points in the first quarter. Change the starting lineup, which he has to now because Rui's out. And D'Angelo's also out, so he has to change the starting lineup. Yeah, and for me, the starting lineup tonight would be Austin Reeves, Max Christie, Prince, LeBron, and AD. That's who I would start. That would be the starting lineup that I think that wouldn't give up 35 to 40 points in the first quarter, but they can also score. So, and also I think they should be able to knock down their open threes with that starting lineup, because all of them can shoot threes in that lineup. Even the AD can shoot threes. So those are my tips, and that's how I think the Lakers can get back into the win column if Darvin Ham just makes adjustments. If Darvin Ham just makes those adjustments. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button down below. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Thank you.